In the ongoing war in Ukraine, the Russian BMP-2 infantry fighting vehicle has emerged as a critical asset for assault operations, supporting infantry and armored units in high-intensity combat zones. Deployed extensively across the conflict's front lines, this Soviet-era design has proven its adaptability, evolving through upgrades to meet the demands of modern warfare. As Russian forces press their offensives, the BMP-2's role in breaching defensive lines and providing fire support has drawn renewed attention, particularly as its manufacturer, Rostec, touts significant enhancements that elevate its capabilities. The vehicle's prominence underscores a broader narrative of technological competition, pitting Russian engineering against Western counterparts like the American M2 Bradley, a mainstay of Ukrainian mechanized brigades. This juxtaposition offers a lens into how legacy platforms, through modernization, remain relevant in today's battle spaces. Russia's state-owned Rostec Corporation recently announced a notable advancement in the BMP-2's capabilities, claiming that its modernized version, the BMP-2M, boasts an effective firing range of 8 kilometers, double that of the US-made Bradley. In a statement to the Russian news agency TASS, Rostec detailed the upgrades, emphasizing the vehicle's enhanced firepower and precision. The BMP-2M, equipped with the Berezhak combat module, features a 30mm autocannon, 4 Kornet anti-tank guided missiles, and an automatic grenade launcher. Rostec highlighted the integration of a digital fire control system, a combined sight, and an automatic tracking mechanism, enabling the vehicle to engage tanks, fortified positions, or enemy personnel at extended ranges. Such reach is something the American Bradley can only dream of, Rostec asserted, noting that the Bradley's limbs are half as long, despite its own strengths. The corporation stressed that the BMP-2M is actively employed in what Russia terms its special military operation zone in Ukraine, performing tasks like tank support with notable success. Beyond its current battlefield role, Rostec insists that the BMP-2's modernization potential remains far from exhausted. The corporation argues that the vehicle, originally introduced in the 1980s, continues to evolve based on combat experience and feedback from military personnel. Engineers are reportedly refining its systems, enhancing both its lethality and survivability to keep pace with contemporary threats. This claim reflects a strategic commitment to extending the lifespan of a platform that has been a cornerstone of Russian mechanized forces for decades. Rostec's narrative positions the BMP-2M not just as a relic repurposed for war but as a dynamic system capable of rivaling newer designs. The assertion of an 8-kilometer firing range, if accurate, suggests a significant leap over its predecessor's capabilities, potentially driven by the long-range Kornet missiles, which are known to engage targets at such distances under optimal conditions. Its lightweight design prioritizes mobility and amphibious capability, allowing it to traverse water obstacles and support rapid offensives. The Bradley, by contrast, is heavier at approximately 30 tons in its M2A2 odds variant, reflecting a design philosophy that emphasizes protection. It carries a 25mm M242 Bushmaster chain gun, a 7.62mm coaxial machine gun, and a dual-tow missile launcher for anti-armor roles. Both vehicles are designed to transport infantry, 6 soldiers in the BMP-2, 7 in the Bradley, while providing direct fire support, but their approaches diverge significantly. The Rostec claim of an 8-kilometer range for the BMP-2M hinges on the Berezhak module's Kornet missiles, which have a stated maximum range of 5.5 to 8 kilometers depending on the variant and conditions. This far exceeds the Bradley's TOW missiles, which top out at around 3.75 kilometers in their standard configuration. The Kornet's laser-guided system offers precision against armored targets, potentially giving the BMP-2M an edge in standoff engagements. However, the Bradley's TOW system, while shorter range, has been combat-proven and benefits from decades of refinement, with newer variants extending slightly beyond 4 kilometers. The autocannons on both vehicles tell a different story. The BMP-2's 30mm cannon has a maximum effective range of about 2 kilometers against ground targets, while the Bradley's 25mm Bushmaster reaches roughly 3 kilometers due to superior ammunition and fire control. These figures suggest that Rostec's boast may overstate the BMP-2M's practical advantage in most scenarios, as the autocannon and grenade launcher, core to its infantry support role, fall well short of 8 kilometers. Protection marks another stark contrast. The BMP-2's aluminum and steel hull offers limited resistance, stopping small arms and some autocannon rounds from certain angles, but it remains vulnerable to modern anti-tank weapons and top attack munitions like drones, a weakness exposed in Ukraine. The Bradley's composite armor, augmented by reactive tiles in later models, can withstand 30mm rounds on its frontal arc and provides better crew survivability, a factor Ukrainian operators have praised after hits that would have destroyed Soviet-era vehicles. This durability comes at the cost of mobility. The Bradley's top speed of 56 km per hour lags behind the BMP-2's 65 km per hour, and it lacks amphibious capability without preparation. The trade-off reflects differing priorities, Russia favoring speed and deployability, the US emphasizing crew protection and sustained combat power. Technologically, the Bradley holds an edge in situational awareness. Its thermal optics and integrated sighting unit, which have been standard since the 1980s, allow day-night operations and target acquisition in adverse conditions, are capabilities the baseline BMP-2 lacked until recent upgrades. The BMP-2M's new digital fire control and combined sight narrow this gap, but details on their performance remain sparse, and Russian claims of parity warrant skepticism absent independent verification. Both vehicles have faced losses in Ukraine. Over 2,100 BMPs of various models for Russia, per open-source tallies, and 144 Bradleys for Ukraine as of early 2025, highlighting their vulnerability to drones, artillery, and anti-tank guided missiles, ATGMs. The BMP-2M's touted range advantage may thus be situational, effective only when engaging at a maximum distance with Kornets, a scenario less common than close-quarters fighting where armor and optics dominate.